Welcome to Emmelac online tutorial. Before us, we'll be looking at the JAMB related questions on numbers and numeration. Now the first one here is the number 635 base 8 converted to base 5. Alright, for us to start, first of all we need to convert this to base 10. Then how do we do that? Now we'll first start with, let's write 635 base 8. Okay, now let us just mark 0, 1, 2. Now, and these are the powers to which the base will be raised. Now, for us now to expand here, you have 6 times 8 raised to the power of 2. Now plus 3 times 8 raised to the power of 1. Then plus 5 times 8 raised to the power of 0. Okay, now that we've expanded, now let us now work this out. This will give us 6 times 64, now plus 3 times 8, now plus 5 times, now anything raised to the power of 0 is 1. So here we have 1. Then 5 times 1 will give us 1. Okay, so to this end, now we can now say that 64 times 6. Now this will give us 384, now plus 24 plus 5. Now all the way, this should give us 413. Now this is in base 10. Alright, now to this end, let us now convert this now to base 5. We're going to do what we call the long division, but this in base 5. So here we have 5. So we have to divide through by 5. Then the remainder, we'll write it at the right hand side. Now 5 in 41, here we have 8, remainder 1. Then in 13, we have 2, then remainder 3. Now 5 in 8 here, that will give us 1, remainder 3. Now in 32 here, we have 6, now remainder 2. Now 5 in 15, that should give us 3, remainder 1. Now 5 in 3, that will be 0, then remainder 3. Okay, now taking this number from bottom to the top, here we have that 635 base 8 equals 3123 base 5. All right, that's the final answer. Now let's move to number 2. Now here we have number 2, and it says evaluate 11010 base 2 minus 11011 base 2 plus 10011 base 2. Now first of all, let us take the addition first, which implies we're going to add this one plus this one. So this will start 11010, and here you have 11001, all in base 2. Then by adding, here we have 1, here we have 0, here you have 1, here you have 1, here you have 0, here you have 1. Now probably you might be thinking how? Now 0 plus 1 is 0. Take note, they are in base 2. Now 1 plus 1 is 2. Now how many 2 can you get in 2? That will be 1, remainder 0. So you add the remainder, then you bring down how many times it actually divides through. Then 1 plus 0 give us 1. Then 1 plus 0 give us 1. Now 1 plus 1 here is 2. How many times can 2 go in 2? That will be 1, remainder 0. Your remainder, then you bring down your 1. Now let us now subtract 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. Okay, so that will be base 2. So to this hand, 1 minus 1, that will be 0. Now take note, here you have 0. Now take 1 from here and add it, and wherever 1 you're taking here is in base 2. Okay, so automatically here now becomes 2. Now 2 minus 1 is 1. Here becomes what? 0. So here you have 0. 1 minus 1 is 0. Now same thing here, since you cannot subtract 1 from 0 here, so here you have take borrowing 1 from here, you have 2. Now 2 minus 1, here you have what? 1. So this is the final answer in base 2. Alright, now let's move to the third one. Now for number 3, now we are given this equation here in base. So the left hand side is in base 2, while the right hand side is the sum of a base 10, which is an unknown, and a base 2. We are told to find the value of x. Now first of all, we just need to do now we just to collect like terms. Now by collecting like term, it implies that as 1 base 2 moves to the left hand side, it becomes negative. So we have 0 1 1, 1 0 1 0 1 0. Now minus 1 1 1 1, all in base 2. Alright, so now 0 minus 1, okay, now we can just probably take through. Now so here we have borrowing 1 from here, so here you have 1, here you have 2, this one becomes 2, this one becomes 1, this one becomes 2, and here you have 2. Now 2 minus 0 is 1. Now 2 minus 1 is 1. Now 1 minus 0 is 0. 2 minus 1 is 1. So we have 1 here. Now here is the value of x in base 2. Alright, now converting this now to base 10. Now we have this 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So here you have 1 times 2 raised to the power of 4 plus 1 times 2 raised to the power of 3. Now, because this is 0, it implies that the whole of this place will be 0. Now plus 1 times 2 raised to the power of 1 plus 1 times 2 raised to the power of 0. Now to this end, 2 raised to the power of 4, this will give us what, 16. Now plus 8 plus 2, now plus 1, and this will give us 24 plus 3, which will give us what, 27 base 10. Alright, now that's the answer for this question. Now let's move to example 4. Now for number 4 here, we are told to find the value of y, for which y base 3 all raised to the power of 2 equals 301 base 4. First of all, let us convert this to base 10. Now by doing so, you have 0 here, 1 and 2. And here you have 3, now times 4 raised to the power of 2 plus 0 times 4 raised to the power of 1 plus 1 times 4 raised to the power of what? 0. Now to this end, here we have 3 times 16, because 4 raised to the power of 2 is 16. Now plus 0, because 0 multiplied by anything, whatever the power it is 0. Now plus, now 1, 4 raised to the power of 0 is 1. So 1 times 1 is 1. So to this end now, 3 times 16, now this will give us 48, then plus 1, this will give us 49 base 10. Okay, so here we have the y raised to the base 3 to the power of 2 will give us what, 49. Now let us square root both sides. By square rooting both sides, here we have so here we have 7, because the square root of 49 will give us 7. Okay, now that we have base 10 here and we have base 3, now let us convert 7 to a base of 3. And how do we do that? Is to apply our long division and divide through by 3. 3 in 7 is 2, the remainder 1. 3 in 2 is 0, remainder 2. Okay, so therefore y is 21. Alright, so it's 10. Alright, so to this end, sorry, it is base 3. Okay, now let us now go for number 5. Now for number 5, we are So to find the value of P, for which 101 base 2 times P base 2 equals 11110 base 2. Alright, how do we get started? Now, let us make use of our long division. Now here it implies that P base 2 will be 11110 base 2 divided by 101 base 2. Okay, so here you have 11110 base 2 and 101. Now since here we have it's a base of 2, it implies that none of this number should be greater than 1. Alright, to this end, 111, just the simple step, just take this first 3, 1 2 3. Now 1 2 3. Now you can see that 111 can only go here once, right? So here we just put 1, then 1 times the whole of this, you have 101. Now let us subtract. 1 minus 1, you have what? 0. So 1 minus 0 here is 1. Then 1 minus 1 is 0. Then you bring down 1. Okay? Now you can see that 101 can go through 101 once. So 1 times the whole of 101 will give us 101. Then this will give us 0 0 0. Take note, it's remaining 0 here. So here we have 0. Now 101 and 0, that is 0. So here you have 0. So P is now in base 2 is 110 base 2. Alright, thank you. Now if you are yet to subscribe, please subscribe. Let's move to number 6. Now for number 6 here, I told that the trader bought 132 oranges at C30 each and sold them at C42 each, where C is the currency. Now if all reckonings are in base 4, the profit is. Now what does this mean? It means C base 4 is in, C42 or C42 is in base 4, C30 is in base 4, 132 is in base 4. Alright, now for us now to calculate the profit, now take note that this is the selling price and this is the cost price. Now it means we have to subtract to get the profit, to subtract first. So by subtracting, that will be C42 minus C30. Now take note that they are all in base 4. Okay, so by so doing here, 2 minus 0 is 0. As long as it's not up to 4, you write it down. Now 4 minus 3 is 1. Since it's not up to 4, you write it down. Then here, this is the profit for 1 orange sold. For 1 orange sold. Now we have to multiply 12 by 132. So 132 times 12. Take note, all in base 4. Now 2 times 2 is 4. Now 4 in 4 is 1 remainder 0. So you write the remainder, the number of times you write there. Now 2 times 3 is 6 plus 1 is 7. How many times can 4 go in 7? That would be 1 remainder 3. Write your 3, your remainder, the number of times here. So 1 times 2 is 2 plus 1, 3. Now since 3 is not up to 4, you write your 3 down here. Now 1 times 2 is 2 since it's not up to 4. 1 times 3 is 3 since it's not up to 4. 1 times 1 is 1 since it's not up to 4. Now here we're going to add. Here you have 0. Now 3 plus 2 is 5. How many times can 4 go in 5? That will be 1 remainder 1. So you have your 1, then the number of times 1. So 3 plus 3 is 6 plus 1, 7. How many times can 4 go in 7? That will be 1 remainder 3. Write your remainder. Then here you have 3. Okay. So, sorry, this is 7. Here you have your remainder. Then that will be 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2. Alright. So this is the total profit in base 4. Alright, let's now move to number 7. Now for number 7, a housewife bought 5 yams at W34 per yam and 3 oranges at W5 each, where W is the currency reckoned in base 6. What is the total amount spent by the housewife? Alright, now for us to get the total amount, now take note, it implies that 5 is in base 6, 34 is in base 6. So now for us to get the total amount, it implies that 34 times the number of yam, which is 34 times 5, now plus 5 times 3, all in base 6. Alright, now let's now start solving that. Now 34 times 5 in base 6. Now 5 times 4 is 20. Now how many times can 6 go in 20? That should be 3, remainder 2. So here you have your remainder 2, then you bring your 3 here. Now 5 times 3 is 15. Now 15 plus 3 is 18. So how many times can 6 go in 18? That is 3, remainder 0. So here you have your remainder, then you bring down your 3. Okay, so this is the answer for the yam in base 6. Now 5 times 3, all also in base 6. Now 3 times 5 is 15. Now how many times can 6 go in 15? That should be 2, remainder 3. So here you have 3, then you have 2. Okay, so all in base 6. Now we have to add. Now that will be 302 base 6 now plus 23 base 6. Now 2 plus 3, that is 5, right? 5 is not up to 6, you just write down. Now 0 plus 2 is just 2 because it's not up to 6. Then here you have what? 3, all in base 6. So this is the total amount spent by the housewife in base 6. Alright, thank you. Let's move to number 8. Now for 8, we are told to find the value of x for which 641 base x plus 156 base x will be equal to 807 base x. Now first of all, we just need to do is to convert all into base 10. Now this is 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, and 2. Alright, now these are the powers to which x will be raised. So by expanding all this, you have 6 times x raised to the power of 2 plus 4 times x raised to the power of 1 plus 1 times x raised to the power of 0. Now we are done with this. Now plus, now let us move to 155 base x. 1 times x raised to the power 2 plus 5 times x raised to the power 1 plus 6 times x raised to the power 0. And the last one here is 8 times x raised to the power 2 plus, now since it is 0, now let us not, so we have 7 times x raised to the power 0. Okay, so to this end we have 6x raised to the power of 2 plus 4x plus, here you have 1 because x raised to the power of 0 is 1, then plus here you have x raised to the power of 2 plus 5x plus 6 because x raised to the power of 0 is 1. Now take note, sorry, this is equal sign, so it equals 8 raised to the power of, 8x raised to the power of 2 plus 7. X here is raised to the power of 0. Alright, now let's just collect like term. Now here we have 6x raised to the power of 2. Here we have x, now plus x raised to the power of what? 2. Now plus 4x, now plus 5x. Okay, that's all right. Now plus 6, can we bring 7 to the right left hand side, become negative 8x raised to the power of 2. So here you have 7x raised to the power of 2 plus 9x, now minus 1 equals 8x raised to the power of 2. Alright, then let us take 7x to the left hand side because 8x is bigger than 7x. So here we have 9x minus 1 equals 8x to the power of 2 minus 7x to the power of 2. Okay, so this will give us 9x minus 1 equals x to the power of 2. Okay, let's just take this to the right hand side. You have x squared minus 9x minus 1. Okay, so after which we come to simplify, and by doing that, here you have by factorizing, here we guys, here you have 1 and 6, so this will be 7. So here we have, this is 0, here is read off, so minus 1 here off here. Okay, guys, that's all. So here, okay, so here we are left with x squared minus 9x equals 0. Now factor out x. Here you have x minus 9 equals 0. So here you have that x equals 0, then x minus 9 equals 0, then x equals what? 9. So our x equals to 9. Sorry for that error. Now thank you. Now let us do number 9. So here we have that the smallest length of a rod which can be cut into exactly equal sections each of either 30 centimeter or 36 centimeter in length is. Now a very simple way of just doing this is just finding the LCM, which implies what will be the length of probably the smallest length, that when you cut them in 30 centimeter or in 36 centimeter, it will be what? Equal, and that same length will correspond with 30 or 36. So what is that? Then you'll find the LCM of these two lengths. That will be 30 and 36. So here you have 2, here you have 15, here you have 1, 8, 2 here 15, here you have 9, you have 3, here we have 15, oh sorry, here you have 5, here you have 3, here you have 5, here you have 1, then 5 here you have 1, and we have 1. So here you have 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 5. This is 4 times 9 times 5, which will give us 4 times 45, and this should give us that's 90 plus 90, that will be 180 centimeter. All right, so which means 30 divided by 180 divided by 30 now will give you 6 equal, and 180 divided by 36 will also give us 5 equal. All right, let us move to number 10. And for number 10, we are told that divide the LCM of 36, 54 and 90 by their HCF. Now first of all, let us look for the LCM. 36, 54, 90, and these are the factors, that is the least common multiple. So here you have 2, 18, 27, 45, 2, 9, 27, 45, because 2 cannot go through 27, 45, then 3, here 3, here 9, here 15, 3, 1, 3, 5, 3, here you have 1, 1, 5, then 5, 1, 1, 1. Okay, now for the HCF, here you have 36, 54 and 90. Now 2 here you have 18, 27 and 45. Now 2 cannot actually go through all, so I guess 3 here 6, 9, 15. I guess under 3 here you have 2, 3 and 5. Now no other prime number can go through them once. Okay, so here we have LCM divided by HCF. Our LCM here is what? 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 5 all over 2 times 3 times 3. So 2 eliminate 2, 3 eliminate 3, 3 eliminate 3. So we are left with 2 times 3 times 5, which will give us 6 times 5, which was what? 30. Alright, thank you. If you love what I've just done, can you subscribe to my YouTube channel and sure you click on the notification button to be notified of all my video. I'll actually be posting the next syllabus topic for the syllabus. Thank you.